This is what I caught after only 20 minutes of solo spearfishing in my underwear right near my anchored sailboat. The food from this fresh catch will be made into incredibly healthy and delicious meals that will feed me and my crew for several days to come. Which is incredibly important because we're only an hour away from setting sail through the night to another far off Bahamian island. But what I thought would be a quick spearfishing mission and then easy overnight sail quickly turned out to be far more challenging than I could have ever predicted. Here I was able to anchor my dinghy right near where I wanted to be. You see this beautiful structure, perfect for spearfishing, and already a big barracuda coming up to try to intimidate me. But I'm not scared of this bully. I give him confidence and he moves away, knowing that I'm the bigger predator here. On my descent down, I start to scope out this rock and I can already see one lobster. I move in for the kill, making sure to miss all these other fish around me. Got him. Retrieving the lobster out of the rock is usually pretty straightforward, but if you don't take your time, can get ugly. Here I look around and yep, there's the barracuda already trying to get in for the kill. Again, I show him confidence that I'm not afraid of him, and he keeps his distance. I'm able to go right up to the surface with this beautiful lobster.
Well, that was easy.
That first lobster was a good kill, but I still need more if I'm gonna make a big enough dinner for several days. Now you see me looking in every rock and every crevice on this small reef to try to find where the other lobsters are. Lobsters are absolute masters at hiding, even in the smallest crevice. Because they're nocturnal, they don't need to be out in the daytime, so I need to be extra careful and check every spot. It's amazing how much sea life is on this reef. A few minutes later and I get the second lobster, which will be great to make a meal with. But he's not the only thing that's around here. There's a Caribbean reef shark. Usually these guys will come in and try to tax your catch and intimidate you, and they can be dangerous, even lethal. But if you show confidence, they'll keep their distance. I see some fish worth spearing, so I grab my better pole spear. This pole spear is much more accurate and delivers far greater shooting range. My target right here is a white margate, but they're very tricky. Look how close that got, and he just dodged out of the way. But it didn't take me long after that to secure this yellowjack, which is a terrific fish to eat raw. I absolutely love these fish and they fight like crazy. This vibration that they do also attracts sharks, so you need to be careful whenever you're spearing these fish. It's amazing all the sea life that's on this one small reef, and a great place to grab dinner. Just gotta be careful I don't give any to these sharks that are looming around. Here you see me swimming straight at the shark. That's my way of intimidating them and keeping them away from me. Wave goodbye, and I thank this spot for a delicious catch. Instead of going right back to the boat, I decided to let my dinghy drift off the edge. It goes to a steep drop off nearby, and as I was drifting, I spotted another yellowjack. This is a much harder dive to try to hunt them on, but this guy gave me a great shot. Got him. Now these fish are small, but they fight incredibly hard. Again, all this vibration could bring a shark in, so I need to be very careful, but I also don't want to lose any of my gear or lose my kill. So here I'm going to bring the fish all the way up into my chest, and try to keep it from thrashing, and then secure the catch for myself.
Jeez.
This type of spearfishing is fairly dangerous because I am solo and my dinghy is just drifting out here. Now that I'm even further off the drop-off, more sharks come in after I gilled and gutted that last fish. Again, it's always cool to check them out, and this one didn't want to come anywhere near me. You see how proper confidence will make them keep their distance in this beautiful blue water. We're just about to make a passage, and we were making a big meal for the passage. We're gonna put Spam in it, but I said, you know what, why don't I just go out real quick? So I got us one little lobster, a couple of yellowjack, and then another little lobster that I can't get off the pole spear just yet. So this will be great, some really good sushi grade fish here, and then obviously the lobster is gonna go into our pasta, I think, tonight, an Alfredo pasta. Delicious. Yeah, this guy is so far down. I had to put the spear away. I had to use my other spear, funny enough. But yeah, that was a fun session. You know what, there is so much stuff here. I see a lot of other cruisers that are going back and forth in the shallows here. And there's not that much, I don't think, within 10, 15 feet of water. But if I just drifted straight back into the sunset over the edge, I would get dinner before I hit the deep blue. I absolutely believe that.
So you think 20 feet plus?
Yeah, I would say, yeah. I think if you can do 20 to 30 feet, you can definitely get dinner. I think if you can do 50 feet though, you'll really do well. Those lobsters are so good right now. While I was off spearfishing, Jazz was preparing the Alfredo. Got back, cleaned them up, cooked them up. Jazz, how is it, man?
I know the Alfredo. You put it in the water, you cook it, and you make it. That's special.
And there you have it, folks. It's delicious, clearly. Normally, when I sail through the night, I eat a fair bit throughout the journey just to keep my energy up. But on this trip, that darn 4-cheese extra lobster Alfredo was so good and so heavy. I ended up eating way too much and got completely seasick throughout the night as the weather worsened, and we ended up bashing non-stop directly into the waves. It was miserable, and made more miserable all because we made that darn food that was just too good. After nearly a week at Ackland Island, this was the best weather window we were gonna get. After heading out around the corner towards the open ocean, we were immediately met with huge swell right on the nose. Barely could sail, ended up having to motor sail for most of it, till we turned down, and here around the Planis Keys, we were able to do a little bit of true sailing before being welcomed right back into the swell. It was an ugly, ugly passage, but we had to make this distance as I was moving further through the bottom of the Bahamas on my way out to the Caribbean. This is what we did in just one night. It was a slugfest. It's nearly 7 a.m. Sun is just coming up. Jazz is just waking up from a nice long nap. Yeah, this absolutely blows. This is some terrible conditions. I'm not enjoying this at all. Just a bash, bash, bash. Soon we get to turn downwind though, and hopefully then our fortunes will change. We had a little bit of a break from the swell as we passed these Planis Keys here. It's not as bad as it was before, but we're not also pointing to my iguana. We'll work with it as we can. Jazz is down below making some amazing breakfast this morning. Very much deserved. Let's check in with him now. This is the Jazz cooking channel.
When you're cooking the French toast, remember to always mix the egg in a stirring manner.
Woo-wee. That is my oldest recipe, I think.
You have the entire ocean and you decide to get this close to me. And now we gotta deal with this wake in a second here. That's why I hate Viking boats, the biggest a-holes in the world. Why come within 30 feet of me? If the boat he's dragging decides to veer off course, it's gonna slam into me. After that frustrating encounter, I had a much better encounter, one from nature. Ew! Oh yeah. This is a different type. I've never seen this one before. Finally coming into the anchorage. Getting nice and shallow, and I can see the reef breaking out here and over here. So I really got to pick my trail correctly because we're hitting in at 7-8 knots and it will hurt if we hit. Hopefully next video is me anchoring the boat. Phew. I think we're past the worst of it. Cool, cool. Yeah, I think we're about past the worst of it. It's pretty shallow though. Quite a bit of dark spots here. Little scary. Well, we finally made it after 16 hours?
About 16 hours.
What a day. Happy to finally be here. We are definitely going to be waiting for a decent weather window because that was not any fun.
We were slamming.
Not any fun.
Bashing, as they say.
Thanks for joining me on this adventure, but this was only one day, and I spent over 8 months in the Bahamas just this past season alone. There are so many more adventures I can't wait to share with you. I'm a solo sailor, spearfisher, and also a solo content creator, putting considerable time and effort into my content on all platforms. So if you're new here, hit the subscribe button, give this video a like, drop a comment, turn on the bell icon and notifications for my channel. It all makes a huge difference with the ever-changing YouTube algorithm. Or, if you'd like to help support my content directly, join the other adventurers on my Patreon page. Thanks for staying tuned, and I'll see you on the next adventure.